Most of us are waiting for success to arrive before we start enjoying our lives, but we treat the struggle as a waiting room. I've learned that the struggle is usually where life actually happens. My name is Jeff Lent, and I'm not some guru on the mountaintop. I'm a guy who got accepted to medical school, the so called safe path, and walked away. I spent the next 5 years trying and failing to start businesses. And while I was trying to figure out my career, my wife and I were fighting a 2-year battle with infertility. I spent most of my 20s feeling behind, feeling like I was failing while everyone else was moving forward. During that time, I started journaling daily. I wanted to capture what I was learning and what I was grateful for. But as I filled up volumes, I realized that journals are mostly boring, mundane stuff with little nuggets of real value sprinkled throughout. Now that I have a daughter of my own, I wanted to find a way to distill those lessons into something my kids or grandkids could actually use one day. I've also had the opportunity to edit and publish 2 life histories for my grandparents, and I've realized that we shouldn't wait until we're 80 to look back and learn. We need to capture the lessons we're learning at different stages of life while we're in them. So that's what Notes for Later is about. Of course, part of this podcast will be me sharing my insights over my limited years, but I'm not so delusional as to think I have all the answers. The fact is, I'm nowhere close, having just started my 4th decade of life. So I'm going to sit down with people from all walks of life, anyone with a story or insight worth sharing, to distill down their learnings. Although some might be famous, who knows? That's not a criteria for being on the podcast, because we're really all just human. Notes for Later is extraordinary lessons learned by normal people from ordinary events. The goal isn't to find the craziest, most inspirational stories, it's finding the relatable ones that we can all learn from. Whether it's a stay-at-home mom or a CEO, a high school senior or a senior citizen, an interview with someone else or just me, the goal is always the same: distill unique insights gained through relatable experience. And I'll end every episode asking the same question. If you could only leave 1 2-minute voice note for your kids or grandkids, what would you say? My goal is to build a library of these insights, not just for my children, but for you and anyone else who happens to come across this podcast. So, whether you're navigating a career pivot, raising a family, or just feeling stuck trying to make it to whatever comes next, I'm doing the work to compile the notes from those who have been there, so you have the tools to handle whatever life throws at you. Welcome to Notes for Later. Let's get started.